right, y'all. I'm trying to think of how can I explain this, all right? Because this is one of the most misunderstood things in the fitness community. Not the fitness community, but the world when it comes to weight loss. Because people who are in the fitness community mostly know this, but the rest of the world, the workplace, the school place, everywhere else, people make the mistake of believing that counting your calories or eating lower calories doesn't make you lose weight. And the reason why they believe that, from the way I see it and the way I hear people talk when they ask me for advice, is because almost everybody believes that they have actually tried everything. Let me reiterate with that. For instance, like, you don't have to fast to lose weight. That's just a tool, and it helps if you can stick to it. But the thing is, people say they doing something, and they'll be like, I'm fasting. And while they're saying that they're fasting, they're eating candies and all kind of other things and drinking sodas that got 300 calories in it and all that. Like, no, you didn't. Or people say, I only eat an X amount of calories. And I'm like, how many calories you ate so far? I don't know. They guessing. And they already ate. And I'm not here to offend, all right? Because I know it's a touchy subject, all right? But I'm just trying to help, all right? So their breakfast might have been well over 1,000 calories. Their lunch is going to be probably well over 1,000 calories. Their dinner is probably going to be well over 1,000 calories. Let's say 1,300 a piece, right? On average. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. That's 3,900 calories. And that's not even counting snacks in between. That's not counting nothing else. That's already almost 4,000 calories. The average American, male and female, eats between 3,500 to way more than that a day. Some people use 7,000. All right, I don't know what average is. Average ain't no 7,000. I would say probably 3,500 to 5,500, somewhere up in there, and everywhere in between. And people never flip over a label, or if it doesn't have a label, if you're doing the right thing and eating whole foods and cooking at home and all that, people never. You got a better chance that way, even without tracking. But people never look up how many calories are in certain ounces of this or certain ounces of that. And then when people do get to count calories, they don't really look at the serving size. They will look at something that's, let's say, peanut butter. Peanut butter is high calories. So you overeat on peanut butter a little bit, you way over your calories, right? A serving of peanut butter is usually about 190, 200 calories maybe for one serving. But if you put more than them 2 tablespoons on your sandwich, you got way more than 200 calories just from the peanut butter. That's not counting the bread. That's not counting the jelly. That's not counting, you know what I'm saying? So me personally, I like to slap mine on. I ain't gonna lie. My peanut butter and jelly sandwiches is usually about 400 calories. And I usually eat 2 of them. That's 800 calories for a snack. Well, what are you talking about? Hey, man, at the end of the day, I can get away with that. I do work my butt off, and I work hard, and I work out, and I count my calories so I can fit it in. See what I'm saying? It ain't, to me, it's not about how much can I restrict myself and how much can I feel like I'm about to pass out because I'm hungry and all that. No, it ain't about that. It's about tracking. I'm gonna also say this. To keep food out of my face, to keep extra food out of my face, I stay out of the face of food. You see what I'm saying? So, for instance, I said peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? That's good. That tastes good, whatever. I got that here. But other than that, I don't have that many sugary snacks. I don't have that many fattening foods. I don't really fry my foods like that. I don't, when I go grocery shopping, I fill the cart up with good stuff before I put a little bit of bad stuff. When I eat food, you ever heard like people tell kids like, you can't eat that yet. You ain't no real food yet. We need to follow that same rule as adults. I don't eat these snacks before I ate some real food. I fill up on real food and then have a little bit of room for the snacks. See, a lot of people do that backwards. Even if they eat it first, they eat a little bit of real food so they can have a whole bunch of snacks. And if you combine that with not counting, you're going to fall into the category of the people that eat 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 calories a day. How do I know that? Because I was one of them guys. It wasn't that bad for me after a while because I had started doing construction. Then I started working out. But I was still overweight even though I was working out. Why? A lot of people work out and they walk a lot. They do jobs just X amount of hours a day and they walking all day. And they think I should be well in shape because, well, you cannot out-train a bad diet. But you can out-diet bad training. So that's why a lot of people that go to the gym, they still look like they kind of in shape or kind of thin. Because they might diet really good. They might just emphasize on the diet part. But if you combine the two, oh my gosh. Because to me, it makes no sense to get shredded without having some muscle mass. You know what I'm saying? And it helps you get shredded. Your metabolism goes up. And yes, different people got different metabolism, different genetics and all that. But a lot of times people use that as a crutch and as an excuse. Because 9 times out of 10, the people that's saying that ain't moving. They're not moving. You know what I'm saying? They're not moving. They got all these goals. I'm not dissing, all right? I'm just saying that's where I came from. I used to be like this. How do I know this stuff? I used to be like this. That's why a lot of fitness channels, right? And I'm going to try not to be one of those. A lot of fitness channels are scared to give fitness advice. Not because they don't know their stuff. No. People that's been on YouTube and different channels, different platforms for decades, they're scared to do it. Why? Because there's a lot of flack. There's a lot of backlash. There's a lot of people getting mad. You can't say this. You can't say that. Okay, what can we say? We can't give advice. We can't say nothing. Come on now. Then people in real life, they ask the question and then they get mad. You asked the question. You typed in the title. You typed it, you know what I'm saying? You looked up you seen the thumbnail and you was like, oh my gosh. And then